Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss and we are going to start with the new chapter, that is chapter 3, the transportation. So what is meant by transportation? Transportation means the supply of nutrients and supply of gases, all these things to all different body parts. That is known as transportation. Transportation means movement, okay, movement from one place to another place of any substance. If you move from any substance from one place to another place, that is known as transportation. In our body also there is a transportation. So what the transportation is doing here, the transportation system of our body is going to supply the nutrients from one place to another place, gases from one place to another place, liquids from one place to another place, and so on. So if you see the nutrients after the digestion of the food material, the nutrients will be obtained like glucose molecules, next vitamins like amino acids, okay, next fatty acids. These all are the nutrients. These nutrients are formed or obtained after the digestion of the food material. Okay, it is going to occur in the alimentary canal, okay, especially in the small intestine. So from the small intestine, these nutrients has to be transported to different body parts. Okay, how these nutrients are transported? So because of the transportation system. Next, if you take the gases, okay, if you take the gases, so like in the lungs, okay, in the lungs, what will happen? The carbon dioxide will be removed and oxygen will be taken into the blood. So the exchanging of the gases is taking place. How the oxygen from the lungs is transported to the leg, brain, liver, lungs, etc. Okay, just because of transportation. Because of the transportation, these gases will be transferred to all body parts. Okay, from the lungs to all body parts, gases will be transported or exchanged. Okay, next is the liquids. If you drink water, the water will enter into the stomach and then into the small intestine and so on. So how the liquid or water from the intestine to different body parts is reaching? Because of the transportation. It means because of the transportation, nutrients are transported, gases are being exchanged, and liquids are being transported, and so on. So these all functions are done by the transportation system, or we can call this transportation system as circulatory system, or we can call it as a circulatory system. Okay, so this all thing is maintained. This transportation system is going to maintain the body. Okay, it is going to do the maintenance of the body. That is nothing but removal of the waste materials, adding or supplying to the new useful materials like nutrients, gases, etc. All these things. Okay, so hence the transportation system is very important for the maintenance of the body. So the transportation of materials all over the body parts is different among the unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay, what first of all we have to understand about what is unicellular and what is multicellular. Okay, so let us consider this is the amoeba. So this amoeba is going to have only one cell. If the amoeba has only one cell, that is known as unicellular. This is a living cell. Okay, it is unicellular. Okay, this is unicellular. And these unicellular organisms, the transportation is simple. Okay, it is simple. Hence the transportation system is the simple diffusion is going to take place. What about multicellular like human beings? In the human beings, they have the millions of the cells, uncountable cells. They are going to have separate transportation system that is known as circulatory. They are going to have the circulatory system like heart, okay, so blood vessels, etc. Okay, so this is about transportation system is different in unicellular organisms and also multicellular organisms. Not only human beings but also animals like elephant, giraffe. These all organisms are multicellular. Okay, multicellular means the more than one cell, they are known as multicellular. Okay, so here the lower organisms, in lower organisms, the materials are transported by the simple diffusion, by simple process like simple diffusion or osmosis, etc. Here if you see amoeba, just air will come and it will touch and it will go. As a result, the oxygen is being transported in this way and carbon dioxide will be removed as simple as such. Okay, it means the simple diffusion is taking place. Simple diffusion is going to take place, such is going to make the exchanging of the materials. In the same way, the food is also taken in the simple way, like it is going to produce pseudopodia and is going to take the food material inside it and so on. So it means the exchanging of the materials is by the simple diffusion or osmosis. But in case of higher organisms, the materials has to be transported by a specialized system. This specialized system is known as circulatory system. Okay, circulatory system is going to contain heart, blood vessels, and so on. Okay, this is about circulatory system. The circulatory system is going to contain some different or important parts. These parts are known as mainly heart, blood vessels, and blood. These three are the main components of the circulatory system. Okay, and next one will be the pulse. Okay, what is meant by pulse? The pulse definition is the rhythmic throbbing of arteries in the wrist during the blood is being pumped. That is known as pulse. You can observe the pulse. Just take a wrist as shown in the diagram. So you can keep two fingers on the wrist. So then you can observe just forward and backward movement of a blood vessel in the wrist. That is known as pulse. This is rhythmic. Rhythmic means forward pushing and also coming back, pushing and coming back. That is will be seen in the wrist by a blood vessel. That is known as pulse. Okay, so you can count the pulse and you can note what is your pulse rate in the by doing this activity. Okay, and take another count of the pulse rate after exercise. It means we have to take one count while you are taking rest and another count after doing the exercise. If you see there is a major difference, let us consider your pulse rate is 72 times during the resting condition. So the after exercise it will be about 100 pulse rate after being exercised, or even around 100, whether it may be 90 or 120 and so on. Okay, if you see, if you do the exercise, the pulse rate is increasing. Why the pulse rate is increasing? Your body needs more oxygen, your heart is going to pump more amount of blood, so hence the heartbeat is equal to the pulse rate. And note down your observations. Not only your observations, you can also find observations of your friends and so on. Okay, so this is about pulse. This is activity 1. So the questions are there. The question is, what did you feel? You can feel the pulse rate that is increased after the exercise. Okay, so what did you observe? Is the pulse rate same in both conditions? No, the pulse rate is not same in both conditions. While you are resting condition, while you are normal, so the pulse rate is around 70 or 72, and after exercise, okay, the pulse rate will be around 100. Okay, around 100. So why? Because the metabolic rate increases, as a result the pulse rate increases and heartbeat also increases. Okay, so next is a matchstick stethoscope. You can prepare your own stethoscope. For this experiment we need a rubber cap. Okay, rubber cap, and also a small matchstick. And first of all we have to take a rubber cap. Okay, so you have to put or insert a matchstick above it, and after that we have to place that matchstick, we have to place that rubber cap with matchstick on the wrist and carefully observe. So the rubber with matchstick is going to move forward and backward according to the pulse rate. Okay, so according to the pulse rate is going to move forward and backward. So if you don't have the rubber cap, you can use the shirt button and insert matchstick and then place it on your wrist and observe the movement of the matchstick. Then you can find the pulse rate. You can count how many times the matchstick is moving forward and backward. That count is nothing but your pulse rate. The pulse rate is always equal to your heartbeat. Okay, so the question is, what did you find? You can find the rhythmic movement of the button is seen when placed on the wrist. Okay, when do you think the rate of the pulse rate goes up? The pulse rate goes up during the exercise condition or running, etc. Why? Because during this exercise the pulse rate increases. Why? Because the metabolic rate increases. As the metabolic rate increases, the heartbeat is going to increase. If the heartbeat increases, the pulse rate is also going to increase. Okay, so what is the pulse rate show? The pulse rate shows that there is a relationship between the pulse rate and also heartbeat. So if you see the pulse rate or heartbeat in different individuals, like newborn, So the newborns belonging to 3 to 4 months, they are going to have around 100 to 150 heartbeats, and infants around 3 to 6 months, they are going to have the 90 to 120 and so on. If you compare, the newborns or newborn people are going to have the higher amount of the heartbeat, and if you compare the well-trained adults, they are going to have around 40 to 60 heartbeat. What is the difference between these two? So the child, when the child is born, so their metabolic rate is higher. If the metabolic rate is higher, the pulse rate or heartbeat is higher. Why? Because their body is in growing conditions at faster rate. As a result, the pulse rate or heartbeat is also more. Okay, in the well-trained athlete or adult, already their body is grown completely, and there is not much metabolic rate is required. As a result, they are going to have the such kind of heartbeat or such kind of pulse rate. Okay, so next is, before the discovery of stethoscope, doctors used to hear the heartbeat by keeping ear on the chest of the patients. Why? Because in the olden days, they did not have the stethoscope. A stethoscope is nothing but a small instrument. It looks in this way. Okay, it looks in this way, and this is stethoscope. This stethoscope is used to hear the heartbeat. In the olden days, there is no such kind of devices. As a result, they used to hear the heartbeat by keeping the ear on the chest of the patients. So after that, René Laennec is the first doctor. He used the paper tube. He made the paper into tube, and he used to keep the paper tube on the chest. One end of the paper tube on the chest, one on the chest of the patient, another end to the near to the ear, and he used to listen. And after that, he made the bamboo to a bamboo stick to hear the heartbeat. So in the year 1861. So this is the first discovery of the stethoscope to hear the heartbeat of the patients. Okay. So next is heartbeat and also pulse rate. So what is meant by heartbeat? So the pumping, during the pumping of the blood, the heart is going to do the contraction relaxations. That is known as heartbeat. Okay. So to make the paper tube, to make the stethoscope, your own stethoscope, make the paper tube of 10-inch long and 1-inch diameter, and fold it, and you can make your own stethoscope. That is used by the René Laennec for the first time. Okay, so keep one end on the chest of your friend, and 6 inch below the neck, and where you can listen the heartbeat of your friend. So listen carefully and count the heartbeats for a minute, and plot the histogram on the heart and pulse rate of the different persons, and so on. You can, by this experiment or by this activity, you can check the heartbeat of the person. So here the heart is located between the lungs, and also this heart is protected by the rib cage. Okay, rib cage is nothing but a bony case that is going to enclose the lungs and heart. Okay, so here the size of the heart is approximately the size of the one's own fist. What is your size of the fist? That much will be the size of your heart. Okay, so this is about the heart, and here a few questions are there. So the questions are what is the relationship between the heartbeat and the pulse? The relation between the heartbeat and pulse is same. Okay, the pulse rate is equal to the rate of the pulse is equal to the rate of the heartbeat. It means there is a coordination between the heartbeat and also pulse. Okay, as a result, the number of heartbeat is equal to the number of pulse rate. Okay, next question is, can we say that the pulse rate is always equal to the heartbeat? Yes, the pulse rate is always equal to the heartbeat. Okay, and this is about our topic, today's topic, and I hope this lecture is helpful to you. If you have any doubts or questions or suggestions, feel free to post in the comment section, and we will answer to it. Okay, and we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Okay.